I hope you're having a great day. Well, as we reach the end of 2018, a lot of you have been requesting that we do the intermittent and the global dry fast once more. So the whole idea is, let's start off with that this evening. 3 days, today, tomorrow, and day after, we start off with an intermittent or a dry fast. Now, in many states across India, it is now winter and across the world as well. So we can afford to do the dry fast where we do 12 to 14 to 16 to 18 hours without food and without water. Now, it's completely up to you to decide. Remember, we never want to make intermittent fasting or dry fasting into a fad. We've had enough of fads in our life over the last couple of decades, and that has to end at some point, and we need to embrace intermittent or dry fasting as a way of life and not as a fad. It becomes a fad if you start trying to chase numbers and trying to do 14 hours and 16 hours and 18 hours just because your friends are doing it or because social media is telling you that's the right way to fast. For many of us, 12 hours of fasting is perfect for the human body. We go through the elimination phase, it gets complete, and then our body starts giving us hunger signals. That means the building phase has started and we want to put food into our system. So remember, the science and the beauty of fasting is the elimination phase and the building phase. So the fasting phase is the elimination phase. This is when your body will shut down your digestive system and use all of that energy to heal you, to repair, to rejuvenate, to grow, to balance your hormones, to boost your immunity, to fix things which are not working and detoxify the body completely, which is why it's called the elimination phase. Now, in the building phase, that is the phase that we eat. And you will be making intermittent fasting and dry fasting into a fad diet if you decide to diet within the building phase. The word building means building. At this point, trillions of your cells are hungry for nutrition. And if you try to diet and starve yourself in the building phase, you're doing it wrong. Dry fasting or intermittent fasting is in fact now going to harm you. So building means you eat. Of course, eat sensibly. We want to look at fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, good fats, good proteins. You eat in the building phase. You give your cells the raw material they need that they can use for energy and for repair when you enter the elimination phase. So for some people, it's 12 hours, for some people 13, some 14, some 18, some even 20 hours. It's dependent on you. Every human being is completely unique. We cannot define how many hours of intermittent fasting or dry fasting is going to be sufficient for your body type, your environment, your genes, the kind of work that you do. That's something for you to decide. So for example, today we start off by evening. Say we finish our dinner by 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. It's the holiday season. I know there are weddings, there are parties. It doesn't matter. You may finish your dinner by 11 at night. You may finish it at midnight. You may finish it at 1 a.m. in the morning. But start your intermittent fast post that. Whether it's 12, 14, 16, 18 hours, that's still within your control. Okay, so we're going to do this for 3 days, starting today evening, going on for 3 days. And of course, we're going to start the new year maybe from the 2nd onwards. And we're going to try to make this the new religion and a new way of sustaining health, prevention, healing, weight loss, whatever it is that you want. Now, you understand that it doesn't have to suit everyone. Okay, we are all unique. For some people, they need consistent food entering their system. Then this is not for you. This is not something that we want to preach about and say it's the way forward for every human being. It's working wonders for many people. Some people are still struggling. Remember, if you're going through heavy medication, you want to check with your doctors before you do this. A lot of questions on diabetes. Can I do it? Now, that's a question that only you can answer depending on the fluctuation of your sugar levels. But I must tell you that we've got hundreds of people who have reversed their type 2 diabetes through intermittent fasting over the year. And I can see a lot of them logged into the live video right now. Now, that's something that you need to monitor because we don't want you going into hypo. We don't want your sugar levels getting worse because you're doing it in a non-supervised way. If you figure it out, start off with 10 hours of fasting and then 11 and 12. Watch your sugar levels. But when it comes to arthritis, when it comes to lowering inflammation, when it comes to boosting immunity, when it comes to weight loss, this is not your fad diet for weight loss. You lose weight on fasting because your body starts getting cleaner and cleaner. It starts adapting to its natural biological clock of feeding and fasting. And that's why you lose weight. You never lose weight with a fad diet program. You never lose weight through starvation and deprivation. The moment you start depriving and starving your body, you now have a psychological problem. Deprivation is a psychological problem. Starvation is a psychological issue which makes you constantly feel unhappy and less adequate when you see everyone around you eating proper food. So we never want to reach our health goals through starvation or through through depriving ourselves of food. If we add discipline to our lifestyles, if we change our lifestyles, that's all we really need. We don't need to go to extremes to achieve great health. Some of us may be vegetarian, some of us may be vegan, some of us may eat all these kinds of food. It really doesn't matter. I'm yet to see data which shows that vegans or vegetarians are healthier than non-vegetarians, or non-vegetarians are healthier than vegans and vegetarians. So we shouldn't be looking at conflict of these extremes that people choose. If it works for you, do it. If it doesn't work for you, don't do it. We can see so many people investing energy in supporting what they do and criticizing what other people do. That's all lost energy. You want to use that energy in your life towards the healing of your body, towards making yourself a better version of you, towards putting that energy into things that really matter, into making your life more meaningful, rather than constantly criticizing, constantly finding fault with what your neighbors are doing, what other people in other countries are doing. Focus on you. That's all that matters. Your benchmark for success is you. Are you better than you were yesterday? Maybe yesterday you worked out for 30 minutes. Today, could you do 35 minutes? Maybe yesterday you messed up all 3 meals. Today, can you get 1 meal correct? Maybe last night you messed up your sleep. Today, can you get a better night of sleep? It's all about improving ourselves day on day, rather than comparing ourselves with everyone else. So we start off with this evening, everyone. Have a great day. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep. And remember, the best way to break your fast: water. If you're intermittent fasting, that's good. Dry fasting, you break it with water followed by fruits or by dates, and within 30 minutes you can slowly start feeding yourself in the building phase. Never diet in the building phase, and respect your body and mind in the elimination phase. If your body reaches a threshold after 14 hours, that's it. Feed it. Your body's asking you for food. Of course, we'll be tricked with common hunger pangs, because out of habit, that's what happens. We feel hungry. So be very mindful. If you can get through those hunger pangs, good. But you will know that deep rumbling in your stomach when your body is physically asking you for food. At that time, break your fast, feed it. This is not a competition. This is not a comparison game amongst one another. It's all about you. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep, and compliments of the season to everyone.